Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of several altcoins. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will also find another video on my channel where I analyze Bitcoin and Ethereum daily. That's definitely worth checking out too. And also worth checking out too is the crypto exchange mexc, rank 8 at the moment, with a similar trading volume to Bitget, OKX and Bybit. Just the huge difference are the taker fees. And if you want to get an additional 20% discount on your low trading fees, then you can use my referral code and link in the video description. Also, mexc has an event at the moment, 100 pairs with 0 fees. Solana, SUI, AVAX, Cardano, so many coins, most of them are even here on the right side. And we are talking about daily. So let's get to XRP. It looks a bit messy, I know. We have said that this whole thing here is a rectangle. We broke that to the downside and we got to our target right here. We are not 100%, but like I said, we don't use the common targets of the chart pattern. We can use it as orientation, and it shows us an area where we are going to drop and in which direction it goes for sure. And with that low, I think we hit the target of that rectangle. And after this video, I'm going to clean the chart a bit, make some trend lines white, which aren't ongoing at the moment. So what I see for XRP and for so many other altcoins are some bullish patterns. Yeah, the bullish patterns are good to see, but they also have to break to the upside. Otherwise, they are just a bullish pattern, which can always break to the downside or even, since those are downtrend lines, we can just do it like this and get always newer lows. Yeah, it's still possible. So we have to break it to the upside. The breakout point would be the $2.14. If we get a 1 hour candle close over it with a nice retest, then I would close my XRP short position and would even think about getting into a long position, because then the target of that falling wedge would be the $2.30, and here we also have a fair value gap, and here stop losses and some liquidity to take. So that is going to be interesting. I'm still keeping my short trade. I haven't taken any profits with that wick because I want to go for the $1.98. I think that is also going to be realistic for XRP. So for Dogecoin, we have said, okay, we fell lower than the rising wedge. We broke to the downside, which is a bit a weird breakout. But then we have also said, okay, rectangle, broke to the downside here in that circle area. And I can just put it to your right side. And then you can see we went into that area. So I can take this out. I can take this target also out. This too. And here I've said, okay, now we have to see, are we going to form a bearish pattern, which we then break to the downside and we can reach for lower prices? Or are we going to break some bullish chart patterns to the upside? The issue here is, let me delete this as well. The issue here is that I have found already a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. The lower trend line is also perfect, it's working and pretty valid in my view. But this uptrend line is not fitting. I can't see any structure here. It doesn't look clean to me. We can say, okay, we broke out, we got a retest, we got a follow through, but still sold off. Here got rejected, breakout now, question mark. Yeah, so we have to look what Dogecoin is going to do. I think this whole situation isn't clear at the moment. So that's why I'm still not going into a long position for Dogecoin. So Solana, we have said rising wedge, broke to the downside, target got hit. Here was, a mistake from my side. I have said, okay, if the red trend line breaks to the downside, which it did, with a retest, it should go into that circle area. Yeah, we didn't get there, so basically I can take it out. It's not looking like it, that we are going to get there at the moment. So we have to see what Solana is going to do, because I think this is going to be interesting. This resistance here, where we have also got rejected a bit. Yeah, and as long as we don't get over it, which is the mark of $134.13, if we get a nice candle close over it with a nice retest, then I think we can go for higher prices for Solana. So Cardano. Cardano is also trying to do the first sign of a breakout. Also here, target got missed a little bit. Our target was here, the circle, and we missed it by a little bit. It's okay, not a big deal, it happens sometimes. I have also tracked here a falling wedge, which is currently breaking to the upside. Yeah, we have to see where the candle is going to close. Also, we got over the resistance, 61 cents and 61.5 cents, which I think is very essential. Yeah, I don't want to see that falling wedge breaking to the upside and get rejected and fall back. That's why I was putting the price mark at 61.5 cents directly and not on the falling wedge. Yeah, it looks good to me. Yeah, we can maybe even get up for higher prices. 65 cents. This is going to be interesting. And if we also break that to the upside, then we can get up to 66.5 cents for Cardano. So render. Also a bit weird. We had here a double top pattern, which broke to the downside. Yeah, we have even called this $3.70 target right here. We've also called that with that circle. We broke it to the downside and the target should have been at least the $3.47. We didn't get exactly there. Yeah, we still dropped with that wick a lot, with that wick also, but this here is a higher low. So if we break the $3.80 to the upside, then it would belong up to $4, even $4.07, because we have there in resistance. Might be possible that we get even up there. If we also break that to the upside, then it would be very positive for render. And I can put the spread of that rectangle over it to the breakout point, and that can get us up to $4.47 for render. At the moment, I think it's not clear for render where it's going to go, but we will see it, I think, until tomorrow. So ONDO also, we have set here is a rectangle right here, broke to the downside, and this circle right here was our target for ONDO. I can take it out, and after we break that to the downside, then I was pretty bearish. Also mistake here, yeah, we broke that to the downside and we even got 3 new lows, but we didn't got into my circle. Yeah, so maybe I was too bearish, or this whole thing is just going to be a fake out and then we are getting into the areas. That is going to be very interesting what is going to happen, because I think the chances are very high that we drop even for every coin one less time, a bit lower. Doesn't mean that we are going back for the lows on your left here. I doubt that. But this circle which I put here is the bare minimum of the target. That's my opinion. So I'm not sure if the market is just going to get a nice fake out where everyone goes long and then drops to take the liquidity from them. So, but I have to tell you what the chart pattern is going to do. So the falling wedge, if it breaks to the downside, which it looks good to me, 83.7 cents. If we close over it, then the target would be the 90 cents for ONDO. So SUI at least got into my circle, so I can put it out. We have said for SUI, if we break the $2.13 to the downside, which we did, then we got the retest, and then we got into that area. So basically take profit should have been set. Might be even possible that we drop a bit more lower, $1.99, one less time to get the fair value gap closed completely. But yeah, we have to see what is SUI going to do. I have put here another trend line where I would say, okay, if we break it to the upside, which is currently the $2.23, yeah, but prices moves over the time, so the breakout point can be different in the future. Yeah, if we break it to the downside, to the upside later, then the price mark would be even lower. So if we break it to the upside, then I would say, okay, we can target the highs here. Yeah, I can put it here. The tops from your left, those can be our targets. Or if we aren't that bullish, this is also going to be interesting right here, where we also have this top. So HBAR also hit our target, many even. Yeah, I've told you the 15.5 cents. We are going to get there with the highest chance because we had so much of a fair value gap. And it got closed. We got so many bearish targets. This one got closed. Yeah, hit the target. Here also hit the target. Here also hit the target. So I'm going to clean up the chart a bit more and make the trend lines white, which are finished. So what I have now see is I have seen a falling wedge before, but it broke to the downside. So the issue here is that this chart pattern is invalid. So basically I can take this trend line out. But still, if we break the 16.2 cents to the upside, then I would be optimistic that we get into the next area, 16.8 cents, where also another resistance is waiting for us. And then it's going to go and continue like that. We have so many resistance areas over us, and anytime soon we can get rejected there. So do I want to trade a breakout? Then I'm going to take a try at 16.24 cents, but only if we get a breakout here with a candle close over it and to retest. If we get the retest, then I'm going to jump into a long trade with a tight stop loss, and then step by step can be any time that we get rejected or even get up even more. Yeah, so there I would be very careful for HBAR at the moment. There I would look for at the moment for the whole resistance which we have built up. Also, here's also another resistance. Here's also a resistance. So every top and low which you see where we bounced and got rejected and support very often, that is going to be resistance. It's going to be a huge block to break to the upside. So I hope that I gave you some valuable information. The overall crypto market looks good to me. It looks like that we slowly finding our low. But I personally think we might see another low before we then get to the upside. But as you can see, some chart patterns already broke to the upside. And we have to wait for the verification now. If we get the bullish verification, then I would jump out of my other short trades and are going to go most likely into long trades. So see you tomorrow and we will see what is going to happen.